All right, so I just received this from another state. This is Zealot S67 speaker. So yeah, you can see my details right here. So I will remove this nylon and check. So according to the complaint of the person, it will. They said that the previous night he put it off. Then the following morning he tried to turn it on, but there was no response. So I'm going to check to see what could be wrong and the fix that will bring this to life. All right, so I've removed the nylon. The look of things that appear this speaker has been opened. So let me try to turn it on. So press and hold. You see, I press, I hold, nothing, nothing. So next is for me to plug in charger to see if it's going to indicate plug in. But the person mentioned that this speaker did indicate plug-in charging, but still doesn't turn on. All right, plug-in. Is there a light? There is a light here. So try to turn on. Will it turn on? Despite the fact that this is clicking, so the button is functioning, but still no sign of life. So what I'm going to try next is, before I even open it, let me see if this speaker is actually charging. So I will check with USB meter to see if there is some kind of amp draw. If there is some kind of amp draw, that means the battery is charging. But if the amp is zero, that means it's not charging. Yeah, despite the fact that it indicates this charging light. So this is my USB meter. All right, so we have to stop it. All right, so I'll plug in here. So here is it. This is 5.22 0.0, approximately 0 amp, right? So plugging it in, this amp should increase, right? That is if it is charging. Yeah, plug in. So I've plugged it in, and yes, it has indicated that it's charging, right? But here, so this is 2.6, right? This is 4.5 to 2.6. So evidently, this speaker, yeah, is charging the battery. Yeah, because there's obviously amp draw. There's approximately 3 volts. This is 2.8, blah, blah, blah. But try to press to turn it on, nothing. And it should turn on, right? With this speaker, it's not that if you plug it in, you can't turn it on. It should be able to turn on. And besides, even though if the battery is totally dead, it should be able to turn on and turn off also. But still, no life. Right, so the battery is charging, but it does not turn on. All right, so I'm going to update you what I discovered and the fix. All right, so here is the speaker. The fault has been fixed. Remember, it was charging, but it did not turn on, right? So let me put this to a test. Let me put it on and see. You can see that I only use one battery because one battery is enough, it's sufficient to turn this on. And moreover, this battery and the other one, this 1 and 2, they are connected in parallel. So one can work. They are not connected in series on the motherboard. So they are connected in parallel. So one will work, just like if the battery should last like 15 hours, it's going to last about 7 hours, 7.5 hours, right? Half the life of the total battery. Okay, so now let me put it on. You see? And the chime, right? The happy chime, yeah, now it has connected to a Bluetooth device, right? So let me put it off. Yeah, press and hold. It has turned off. So the problem has been fixed. Though this has been, it was taken to someone, but the person couldn't, figure it out. And how did I know? Because before I open it up, I've already seen sign that it has been opened. And secondly, yeah, you see this part that got melted. So that's, yeah, these are the signs that someone has attempted to work on this motherboard, but they couldn't. All right. So now the next question is, what was wrong with this Bluetooth Zealot S67 Bluetooth speaker? Okay, the problem was that it was not turning on. But what caused it not to turn on? Like, according to the person said that he put it off the previous night, then the following day he tried to turn it on and it was not turning on. Well, that is electronics. There's a way that they behave in a funny way. So what did I discover? Yeah, what did I discover? So on this motherboard, I noticed that, yeah, here's the battery. Yeah, the connector port for the battery. The top one is the ground, while this one is the positive voltage, while that one is negative. The same is applicable to here. So they are connected in parallel, right? And here is P-channel MOSFET, okay? The one that supply the voltage to the entire board, right? So from here, this, it is, it has 8 pins, right? This 1, 2, 3. Well, you can check the number if you are facing this, so you can just check the data sheet. So you see the source, down here is the drain, up first 3 is the source, right? While the last one here is the gate. So what I discovered was that, this is a P channel. Normally a P channel, the gate voltage should be less than the source voltage. Then to turn on this chip in order to supply the voltage, then you have voltage at the drain, then to supply to the circuit. But now the problem here was that the source rather, there was nothing in the drain, right? So nothing is supplied to the system, right? So there was voltage at the source, of course, directly from the battery, that is 7 point something volts. And at the gate too, there was a voltage. But the problem was that the voltage at the gate and at the source, the equivalent is approximately the same thing. So definitely nothing will be supplied to the drain. Yeah, because they are both. The gate voltage was not less than the source voltage. So nothing. All right. So now next thing will be for me to just find out what is keeping the gate to continue to float, to continue to give that, 7 point something volt instead of far less. As a matter of fact, it should maybe like turn to 0. Yeah, that is less than this. Aha. So that there will be voltage at the drain. But there was nothing. Okay, I tried to check on the motherboard. There was no any kind of short, right? No any kind of short. And now here is how this thing works. Is it before this thing turned on? Here's the switch, the power. Yeah. So at this switch, the positive voltage, it is 7 volts. Yeah, equivalent voltage to the battery voltage is here. But now this is how this thing works. Yeah. If you press the power button, right? If you press the power button, it's going to short the gate voltage to go low, right? Thereby supplying voltage in. So as it supplies voltage in, something else is going to take it up so that it becomes stable, right? But now something that you take it up is not taking it up. That's why if you press it, this one will go to 0, right? It goes to 0. Then voltage will be supplied there. But immediately you remove your hand, it's not going to turn on because the voltage gets here, it gets stuck somewhere, right? It did not, the voltage did not get to where it should get to. That is the right voltage. It did not get to where it should get to. So that's why it's not turning on. The voltage does not get, even though this P-channel MOSFET is working, right? So there was no short, everything is perfect. The gate does not lead to the source, neither does it lead to the drain. Neither did the drain lead to the source. No. So this was perfect, right? No problem with it. So the problem was that where the voltage should get to, it did not get there because of a faulty component along the way. So after I fixed that, now everything comes back working. So basically that is it, right? That is it. So that is how I fix this thing right here. Yeah. So, and this is another happy customer, right? So on to the next one. All right. So here is where you. All right. So here is the speaker. It has been coupled. Yeah, you can hear it playing, right? So this is it right here. S67. Remember the fault of this speaker? It was not turning on at all, despite the fact that the speaker was charging, right? So it did not turn on. We've seen how what caused it. I've explained it, right? So it has been fixed, and it has been connected to a PC. Yeah. So I've paused. Okay, I reduced the volume. Let me increase the volume of the song. All right. So here is it. So it's working. Increase volume, then pause, play, then equalizer, EQ. Yeah, change between modes. That is high treble, right? Yeah. So this is bass, yeah. And off, yeah. Off, then on. It should connect in split of seconds. Yeah. Up. All right. That is how I fix it. Another happy customer, right? Good. On to the next one.